What's up, all? With the addition of the curriculum system, eLumen has gotten just a little bit more complicated. So let me quick go over how to enter your SLO assessment data. So we've done our testing or whatever kind of off to the side. I've got my results for my SLOs and I just need to put them into eLumen. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to our eLumen website, which you can get to at gocolumbia.elumenapp.com/elumen. You probably don't need the slash. The login information is your email information, so it's just the same password you use for everything. In here, there are some complications that have been added. This is not going to look the same for everyone. This initial splash screen is going to default to your highest role. So you can see I have some roles. You will probably have fewer roles than this, but you may have more than you're used to having. In order to enter your SLOs, you want to be in your faculty role. So here's my faculty role. And then it's important that I note that there's a area here, which includes both old areas like computer info systems and new areas like computer science. Oh, I lied. Those are the other ones. Computer info systems is the new one, and computer science is the old one. Whatever. You may have to click through a couple of these. So you can see that I've got several areas. I've got a term here. And then here I have a class where there's an assessment due. If I had a class without an assessment due, I would have classes listed like this that would say no assessments found. If you want to assess a class for which there's not one due, let us know and we'll create the assessment for you. So you should see this. There's going to be a scorecard view. You want to click this little scorecard here. You'll see this little blue box. When we're done, that little box is going to be a check mark. So I'm going to click in here. I'm going to see that I have student names and SLO results and stuff. I'm not going to actually assess these students in front of you for their privacy, but you would just go through and click things. So I am saying that Joe here communicates effectively, and he does so in a way that exceeds my expectations. He demonstrates a knowledge of data in a way that meets my expectations, and he thinks he designs and implements object-oriented hierarchies in a way that does not meet my expectations. That is, of course, not the case for this student, but it could be. In the case that you have a student that's dropped or has not taken the tool that you use to assess, you can click Annate. And so that is, in this case, used to mean not assessed. Right? So I simply don't know how they communicate effectively because they never came to class. Remember, this is not a proxy for grades, so they don't get an F in their SLO if you didn't assess it. They just get a, I don't know. So once I go through and I click all the little boxes for everybody, down here at the bottom, I'll want to hit Save, and then it's going to ask me where I want to go. I'm going to go back to Courses. And that's how it should go for each and every one. In the case that you find an assessment that asks you for a reflection, some of them will, you can enter a reflection if you want, or you can not. That's your choice as faculty, and when we go through your results with you, we might look at those reflections if they're there. If they're not, we'll ask what you thought at the time. So if you're forgetful a little bit like me, probably want to write it down. If you want a reflection turned on, we can probably do that. It does take a little doing, so if it's not pressing, don't worry about it. If you find that there's some problem with your course, please reach out. We're glad to assist with technical issues. The important thing is that when you come back here, this should have a little green scorecard. If it does not have a little green check mark, I will probably be bothering you about it later, asking why you didn't push finish or whether you missed a student or something. What usually happens is that a student's been missed. So you just, click, and one of the clicks just didn't take. Happens all the time. No big deal. Just know it's there. So this is how you enter results. Make sure that you check through all the departments that you are associated with and make sure you're in the appropriate term for your class. In the case that I had classes from previous semesters, there would be a kind of more options in here. I don't think I have that to be the case. Oh. So here's one. I can go back and assess an old class if I've realized that I forgot one. Like, oh, excellent. So you can see what a green check mark looks like. It looks like this. All right. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate all the hard work that goes into assessing courses. I know it is a fair bit of work, and I know that you all are working really hard at it, so thank you.